Hey, this is Ben, and in this video I'm going to share with you how to find your exact path of alignment. Now, I'm really excited about making this video because this is something that most people struggle with. I mean, I've struggled with this for years and years and years. I've finally gotten to the point where it feels like I can easily tap into that path at any moment, just like that. And there's been a lot of different things that people have said to me about how to do this, but this has been the only method that's actually truly worked for me. Think about your own life. Do you really know where you're going? Do you really know what you're meant to be doing? Do you really know what kind of work you're meant to be doing, who you're meant to be with in a relationship, what you're meant to be focusing on 100%? Very few people know that. You know, we all know that we think we want this, we think we want that. We don't really know what's best for us. And if you want to understand a bit more about alignment, what that is, go ahead and check out my video on alignment. I'll link to that below. But for those of you who know what that is and you're searching for that, it can be really tricky navigating through trusting your feelings, then, trusting your intuition, sometimes listening to your own mind, doing this, doing that, all these different methods. And it ends up becoming really confusing. Like, I ended up getting really confused by this, by knowing, okay, what am I actually meant to be doing just in my daily life? And so as I began to do more personal development, more meditation, listen to more spiritual teachers, listen to myself more, do shadow work, all that kind of stuff, what has become clear through this whole process is that yes, you can trust your feelings, but also you can't. And yes, you can use reason and logic, but also when it really comes down to it, you can't. So we've got these two things, reason and logic, or mind, and feelings, or body, emotion, sensations, feelings. And what I've discovered is this: there are really 4 stages that you actually go through to get yourself finally to the point where you can find alignment like that instantly. But you've got to go through these 4 stages, and here are the stages. The first stage of making decisions, the first stage, or the first way that people tend to go through life making decisions, is completely relying on their feelings. And you might recognize people like this, so you might remember back to a time in your life when you were like this, maybe when you were a toddler or a teenager, and everything was just emotion and feelings, and you just followed your heart, whatever it said to you, or you followed your emotions when it came to, I want to be with that person even though I know they're terrible for me, or I want to go do this on the weekend even though I know it's going to be an absolute disaster on Monday. I want to buy this with my money even though blah blah blah. I'm just going to follow my feelings. And that's really like this very hedonistic, almost animal-like stage that we grow out of pretty quickly when our life starts to fall apart. The stage above that is when you go into logic and rationality, and you really think through everything, and you get real street smart, and you see through all the stuff, and you start to use logic and knowledge as your navigation system in life. And we all know people like this as well. They never do anything without thinking it through. They've got to have every T crossed, every I dotted before they make a decision. And these people, as much as they know, as much knowledge as they have, they actually get very little done in life because they're too busy crunching numbers and analyzing all the time. And I know I've been like that. That was not a fun place, okay? Because you're not actually experiencing life. You're not feeling, you're not in flow. You're just kind of sitting in this very rational, left-brained kind of place and watching life go by. You're much more of an observer. You're not really much of a participant. So then finally, if you get sick of that, you progress to level 3, which is kind of like the new age, spiritual, hippie, green way of seeing the world, where again, you go back to feeling, but this time from a more enlightened perspective, because you recognize that, hey, I am a body, I am a spirit also, and I need to be able to really trust my intuition. I need to get back in touch with my feelings. Not like I was before, but I need to get back in touch with my feelings again. And these people really live from that place of feeling. They do what feels good. They always rely on their gut or their intuition. And this is actually quite dangerous. I'm going to explain why in just a moment. But when people overemphasize the importance of intuition and feeling for every decision they make in life, again, just like the people stuck in rationality, they get trapped. They get trapped. And here's why. We are not actually our feelings. We are not actually our thoughts. If you really get metaphysical about all this, or you want to look at this from a very enlightened perspective, you are not your thoughts, your feelings, you're not your body, your mind. You're none of that. You're pure awareness. You're pure consciousness. And so if you constantly rely on your feelings to tell you what's right, you're going to get sidetracked, because your feelings don't really care about what's right or wrong, what's true or false. They care about what feels good right now in this very moment. Your thoughts, your rational mind, it doesn't care about feelings as much as it cares about what makes sense, what fits, what is logical, what's going to protect me. Your thoughts are very concerned with the egoic side of your nature. What's going to protect me? What's going to, cut me off from this person who's going to be harmful? What's going to keep me safe? What's going to make me look better? It's asking all of these kinds of questions. And so from a transcendent perspective, if you really want to find your path of alignment like that in any moment, if you want to be able to tap into that really quickly, you need to transcend both of these perspectives and realize that you are the observer. You're the consciousness behind the thoughts and the feelings. So how do you actually practice that? Well, you got to start by meditating a lot. If you don't meditate for at least 20 minutes a day, start there. Do that every single day for the next 60 days until it's a habit ingrained into your very psyche. That's where you want to start. But then you want to start practicing. I'm not saying you have to wait until you've mastered meditation to be able to really get in touch with alignment. All you need to do is practice watching your feelings, watching your thoughts. What do I mean when I say that? Well, if you have an important decision to make and you're like, which way do I go about this? Should I go out with this person? Should I commit myself in a relationship? Should I start this new job? Should I commit to this new business venture? Any of these kinds of questions. Should I travel? Should I stay? Should I blah, blah, blah? In that moment, the way to know if this is truly right is not to be like, my intuition just says yes, so let's just do it. Or it seems like a really good idea logically because it's going to make me this money and I'm going to be able to save that money, or I'm going to be able to do this or that. You watch all of those occurrences that are happening, and a really easy way to do this is to write it all down. Journaling, another must-do habit. Write all this stuff down, or just actually observe the way you feel, kind of step back and observe the way you feel, and then just observe it. And literally just sit there and spend 5 or 10 minutes just sitting there, watching your thoughts, watching the feelings, but realizing that you're not the thoughts or feelings, you're the one watching them. You're the one who has no opinion. You're the one who, it doesn't matter to you whether you go this way or that way. It doesn't actually matter. All paths are equal. But you're just sitting there watching. And then as you're watching, what will happen is a knowing will come in. A knowing, okay? And this, as much as people like to think this is the same as intuition, it's a little bit different because intuition has more of a bodily sensation to it. And knowing is like the most subtle little thing that you can even imagine. It's just very, very small, very, very quiet, and very subtle. And that's why you have to be still and you have to watch the thoughts and feelings and really see what they're saying, so that you can then perceive this knowing. And it'll happen very quickly, and it'll happen very subtly, but that knowing is going to be a really great choice if you're thinking about the path of alignment. So you've got to transcend thoughts and feelings to really make the decision that's going to be aligned, okay? So I just thought I'd make that quick video because I see so many people, and I've watched myself do this for so long, is trust in thoughts and feelings when really they're just kind of external happenings. They all pass like clouds going through the sky. The only thing that stays the same is the knowing, the stillness, the awareness, and that's where the right decision will just pop into your awareness. You won't know why it's the right decision because it won't rationally make sense all the time. You won't always feel good about it, but something in you will know. And that's what you go with. And then everything will start to make sense as you follow that path. So just thought I'd make that quick video. Hope that really helps you on your journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.